Okay, my friends, here we are. Oh, thank you for your patience. That was incredibly difficult to do. Oh, I had to move this giant, like 80-pound television to get to the back to reach the coaxial because something's wrong. Something is wrong with the coaxial connection, but I think, keep your fingers crossed, I think it's going to work. So, you're going to be hit with a bit of television static every now and then, and this might be really loud, so brace yourselves. If you got headphones on, pull them away from your head for a second. And I'm going to turn the audio on, and I don't know what the level is, what level it's at. Okay, that shouldn't be too terrible. So there's going to be a lot of static, and there's going to be a lot of flashing lights as we move through Atari for a while. Let's turn on Turmoil here. Oh, please come through all right, video. Hey, that looks okay. So far as coaxial capture goes, that's pretty good. I knew it looked really good on the. It looks really good on the CRT. Like there's not any snow or anything right now. It looks beautiful. So I knew it was going to look good for me, but it looks all right for you guys too. I would say. I will sort of mess with the levels here a little bit to maybe even improve it a touch. It's a little less vibrant in the capture than it is on the CRT, but that's usually the case. I don't know if I take it up too much more, you're going to start getting a lot of that sort of green tint that Atari games get sometimes coming through. All right. So let's see if there's well, there probably wouldn't be any audio until we start the game. So yeah, we're going to go through a couple different Atari games. If you want to look at my collection, I'm open to suggestions tonight. If you're familiar with the Atari 2600 and you want to suggest a game, just to keep in mind, I might not take your suggestion. If you want to improve its odds, try not to suggest anything that I've already played on stream. Anything with the word video in the title, don't suggest any of those. And I really would like to play mostly games that I like to play either games I already kind of know how to play or games that are going to be really easy to figure out. If it's something where I need a manual or something like that, tonight's not the night for it. But if you want to look at what I have available, you can use the command collection, and I'll take you to my VG collect, and you can sort by console for 2600. But Turmoil here is the first thing we're going to play, and we'll just let's take a look. This looks very familiar to me. So my guess, of course, is that we're the spaceship in the middle, and we just got to take care of the enemies on the on either side. It looks like this game is very fast paced, though. So that scares me a bit. But it looks like this could be fun. This reminds me, like, there's a game. There's an old arcade game that's like you're a bartender and you have to catch like pints or bottles of beer or something like that are being thrown at you. It kind of looks like that, except it's double-sided. Ooh. Okay, immediately lose a life. Oh, I can move. I can move. I can move. Do you see how quickly I lost 2 lives there? I can move into the hallways. That seems like a bad move. Why would I want to do that? Alright. So I can see I'm going to need a different grip on this joystick. rough start. The basic Atari joystick is unfortunately not very friendly to left-handed people. Alright, so that guy's invincible. I don't even have to worry about him. That one spaceship kind of looks like a hamburger. This is another game. So this game, I think, based on the cartridge style... based on the cartridge style, this is a similar, like... This is somehow related to the game Worm War 1. Manufactured by similar people. Like, I don't know if it's the same publisher, developer, I don't know what the relation is, but their cartridges are both, they're not the typical Atari cartridge. They're larger, and they've got these, like, grooves on the sides of them that kind of make them stand out. And Worm War 1 is, like, an amazingly advanced-feeling Atari game. And this also feels like it's right along with it. There's so many colors on the screen, and the ships are so detailed. Like, for an Atari game, it looks amazing to me. So first impressions are very good. Like, very high. Whoa, hey, whoa, something's happening. Dollar Phil, thank you for the raid. Hey, welcome to the Atari 2600. Welcome to me not knowing what I'm doing. I'm very happy to have you here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very kindly. Welcome into your friends. Got a lot of people here. Snacker, Curran TV, Doritos, Abby Rebel, good to see you again. Welcome back. Wow, so many of you are so kind to me. Thank you. Doritos, thank you for or Doritos. I'm probably gonna gloss that into Doritos a lot. Doritos, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the 200 bits. Wow, I'm immediately blown away. Thank you for the follows, Snacker and Curran. You're too kind. Thank you very much. I'm here to offer you free financial advice. Like I said, if you got Dollar in your name, I think I should listen to you. D-Bot, welcome in. So many people. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I did, my apologies. Thank you for being here. So if you like really retro stuff, that's what we're just getting up to. I just started out this game, checking it out for the first time. It's called Turmoil. It's on the 2600. We're on real hardware, so there may be a lot of technical issues and and stuff that happens. And you're going to hear me complain about this awful joystick quite a bit. But hopefully we'll have some fun. We're just going to try out a bunch of different games for a while and just see how they are, how the Atari versions of them are. It's exactly Doritos, but you can call me Dory. Dory it is. We're here to speak with you about your car's extended warranty. I bought my car not that long ago. I still think it's under a warranty. No extension needed yet. And by bought my car, I mean the bank owns my car, and in 50 years from now, when I'm done paying it off, I'll own what's left of it. Been wanting to see a good Atari variety stream lately. Right on. Stoked for the 2600. I'm happy to hear it. I know that for some people, games that this old, and me included, games this old can be kind of hard to get into sometimes. Thank you as well for the follow, D-Bot. Thank you very much. I don't have a tremendous amount of nostalgia for the 2600. I had one, but when I was very young, so I don't have a lot of memories of it. But I'd like to pick it up and play it every now and then, and that's what we're doing tonight. I got to put a shout out link in the chat here. Dollar Phil. So if there's anyone who is here and hasn't given our friend a follow, that might include me. I better check and fix that situation if I'm one of those people. Because I don't remember. I usually like to read the about, and I don't remember doing that. I didn't. So be like me, my friends, and give our friend a follow. Variety streamer, mostly retro, but I throw in a curveball once in a while. I can relate to that. I also stream golf clash tournaments. Don't have a schedule, but I normally start around 10:30 Eastern. Most of my past streams are on YouTube. Welcome in, have fun, and be cool. I love it. I love it. If I may be so bold as to say so, I think that we share some things in common, my friend. At least what I think to be my good qualities. I wouldn't dare saddle you with any of my bad ones. All right, so we're just starting this up. It's a very high action game. I haven't survived very long. Let's see if we can give it another go. Look at all those colors. I'm immediately impressed. It's a really, this is a really sort of fancy looking 2600 game. Looks like a TIE fighter there from Star Wars. I don't know what that arrow does yet. Okay, this is our best round so far. Am I supposed to fight those? I am? Oh my goodness, I thought those were invincible. That's the scariest part of the game. There's a hot dog cruising by. I don't know what this box thing is, but it looks familiar too. This is already our best round. I don't know if you were paying attention to the demo while I was chin wagging, but my gameplay is so much less smooth. Whoa. Whoa. You can actually move into the corridors that the enemies are coming out of. Like, if I accidentally hit left or right, I can wind up in the corridors, and that's a bad position to be in from what I've seen. I do not want to let that happen to us. Favorite 2600 game? I'm really impressed with Q*bert on the 2600. I had a lot of fun with that. I don't really know it well enough to call it my favorite, but Worm War 1 is really amazing on the 2600. It's a game, I was talking about it a moment ago, it's a game, it somehow has a relationship to this game because they have very similar cartridges. They both have weird style cartridges, so they're manufactured or produced by someone related to each other, or someone stole someone's cartridge idea. But that's a really interesting game, but I'm not very good at it. I don't really understand it very well. I'm just impressed by it when I play it. I want to give, I don't know, I don't actually know if I've played the 2600 version of Popeye yet. I played Popeye on the Commodore 64 on the C64 Mini not that long ago, and I was really blown away by Popeye. That's one that I'd actually played as a kid, but I'd forgotten how good it was until we revisited it on the stream. So I have a feeling that I don't think I've played it on the 2600 because I feel like I would remember that because I think so highly now of the C64 one. But if it's anything close to the C64 Popeye, then I'm gonna like it. I don't know if that really counts as an answer. The 2600's version of Donkey Kong is passable, but not great. I feel like Miss Pac-Man is okay. I haven't played it in a while, though, so... Sorry, I know there's a lot of sort of like there's a bit of chat there that I'm missing, and I'm definitely going to catch up with everything everyone has to say, but sometimes you just can't pull your eyes away from a game. This is good. I like that. There's a lot of different enemies. They've got very different behaviors. I still don't understand the arrow. No! Oh, I moved too far! I don't know how I'm ever gonna top that life. That was definitely the best I've never dreamed of doing so well. We started off immediately so terrible. My first two credits on this game lasted about 4 seconds each. And so this in comparison feels like we're going forever. Alright, I gotta see about this arrow. The thing is, oh no, that was my chance. I was gonna say the arrow goes by so fast. Like, I'm only firing in back of it. I feel like I need to confront the arrow face to face to discover its true nature. No! The ping pong ball isn't... Oh no, there was another chance for an arrow and I missed it. The ping pong ball, I don't think is vulnerable until it begins to move. Oh, you can hold the button. Whoop. No! I'm not sure the purpose of going into the corridors either. I'm afraid to do it. Oh no! You can only go into some corridors. I think you can only travel into corridors that... I think maybe you can only travel into corridors that have enemies in them, was what I was going to say. But I don't know why you would want to do that. This feels like an error. I regret how many lives I've lost experimenting. I feel like holding down the fire button makes me a worse player, though. No, I'm stuck! I think being able to move to the corridor just may be... There may be no reason to do it. It may just be an option to punish sort of sloppy control. You think we can hit 10K, and if we do you think we'll get an extra life? I have so many chances to meet the arrow head on, and I did. Hey, we did it, but we did not get an extra life. That may not be something that exists in this game. Or it may just be very demanding. But I think if you were going to get an extra life, I think 10K is like... I mean, we're on level 3, right? 3 levels in, I think that deserves an extra life. The arrow may just be an issue of you may just get a different point value depending on which way you attack the arrow. I definitely, can't play as smoothly as the demo plays, but... Oh, we might clear another level. 4 levels? Oh no! Look at what happens. Oh, we got an extra life. There's an extra life down there. No. That was a really dangerous situation. An invincible enemy right next to a really fast enemy. Again, I'm really sorry that I can't keep up with the chat at the moment. And I'm just kind of talking at the wall. No. Oh. Wow. Look at how fast the demo plays. And compare that to what you just saw me doing. This cannot be the recommended game speed. You have to have a special controller if you were to play like that. Oh my goodness. This game's pretty intense. This is something for an Atari game. Oh, let me reverse this a little bit. I'm going to see what everyone had to say. You really need to use your imagination for 2600 games. Yeah, that's part of the fun, right? Is you look at these shapes and just kind of assign values to them. I mean, to be fair, I do that with modern games too. I've got a big thing about I don't tend to call things what the game calls them a lot of times. Uh, if I develop my own term for one of the features of the game before the official name has had a chance to set in, then it's just too late. I'm playing Hollow Knight right now, and I cannot I cannot call the soul soul. I called it juice too much at the beginning of the game, and so for me in Hollow Knight, you're powered by juice. The arcade Popeye is great. Yeah, I really liked it. That was made by Shigeru Miyamoto, I believe. I knew there was some. I know that there was some connection between Nintendo and the Popeye franchise. I wasn't sure if Miyamoto actually made that game or not, though. I mean, I take your. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying I'm not clear on the history. Um, I'm if you say you did, I believe it because I know there was a connection. I just don't remember the details of how that worked out. Because I know like Donkey Kong was at one point like gonna be a Popeye game, or there was an influence there of some sort, but I don't know the details. Yar's Revenge is really good. I've heard that. I haven't played Yar's Revenge. Um, Purpose going to the quarters. I love how you don't like any help too. By the way, I'm like that most of the time. Right on. Yeah, I am. I'm very anti spoiler and very anti backseating. Sometimes I know frustratingly so because I can get really lost and stuck in games sometimes. But I really like to try and figure things out by myself, and sometimes I'll spend an hour or two. I do eventually ask for help if I'm stuck for about 2 hours, but it's pretty rare. I really like the idea that the stream can highlight though sort of the natural discovery process of like what is it like to be alone with a game and try and figure it out like what especially when the only tool I have is my own substandard brain. Like I like how there's a record of like how agonizing that experience can be. Even if it comes, and I'm okay with it coming at my expense, but I do start to feel guilty when I put my viewers through my stubbornness sometimes. Yeah, before the internet. I wasn't always like this either, though. Like like when I was young, I wasn't afraid to use a guide or a walkthrough, and usually way earlier than I should have. I had a much looser approach to playing games. It's only now that I've grown older and more strange that I've really become sort of stubborn about these kind of things. I blame Kirby's Dream Land too. I never shut up about that game. It was one of my earliest experiences streaming. I played that game for the true ending, blind in one sitting, and it was a nightmare that I'll never recover from. But it was a glorious nightmare, and now I'll never be the same. So I don't like to like I don't really want to. We just started playing this game. I don't really want to abandon it or move on from it. But I also don't feel like there's any way I'm going to top that performance. I guess maybe we should give it one more try though. So I know I could use the Sega Genesis controller for the Atari, but I kind of stubbornly stick to this joystick anyway, and it's really to my detriment because I'm left-handed. I have to hold the stick with this weird sort of claw hand to reach across it for the button because the button's on the wrong side of the controller for me. All right, let's give it another go. 15. If we reach 16K, we will have improved. Or if we make it to level 5. I don't know though. I don't know that I can top that performance. I feel like we did really great. This is a game though, like this would be a really fun, like I think this could be a really fun game to like if you had a couple other people in the room with you and like you could pass the joystick around and try to top each other's scores. This game has a lot going on, so like, you know, I would say this is an Atari game a 2600 game that easily holds up. Oh, we're off to a bad start, losing a life that early. Okay, we don't have to let it get us down, though. We can earn extra lives. Eventually. I feel rude, Dollar Phil. I didn't even ask. I saw that the shout out said you were playing retro. What variety of retro were you up to? I didn't look while I was reading I was focused on reading your about. I didn't look what you're up to. I hope your stream went well. I'm assuming it did. You brought so many excellent people in with you. So I imagine it had to be a great time. Played Pac-Man for like 3 hours? Miss Pac-Man. Right on. I haven't done Miss Pac-Man on stream, but I imagine I will at some point. I'm a fan of Miss Pac-Man. It's one of the few. So I'm not, even though I'm a big retro guy. I'm very much console focused. I'm really not into arcade machines. I've never been a fan of like arcade sticks and buttons. Like even when I was a kid, like it was sort of like I don't know. It's like it's an interesting novelty to see an arcade machine, but I never really preferred. Like I would accept the downgrades of the home version to have a TV and a couch and a D-pad. But Miss Pac-Man, there was a Miss Pac-Man machine in the town I grew up in, and I do fondly remember playing that at Pizza Hut. They had a Miss Pac-Man machine. That was one I liked. And I specifically liked playing in the arcade. I would say I probably would have more fun with an arcade machine of Miss Pac-Man than a console version. but it would be a good time either way. I like pinball machines a lot, though. Like, that's one thing that, you know, so far as arcade machines, like, I'm not really crazy about a lot of arcade cabinets, but a pinball machine, and I like my my digital pinball games, but they're not really a substitute for the real thing. I play a lot of that Pac-Man 99 on the Switch. That's one of the I don't really play games off stream all that much since I started streaming, and I stream so frequently. I don't really it's very rare that I play anything off stream now, but Pac-Man 99 I do a lot of that off stream. No. Oh, I feel like I just barely missed the shot on that one. My pizza had a joust machine. Perfect night to come in on you. I don't think I've ever seen joust out in the wild. I'm trying to think. There were only 2 restaurants in the county that I grew up in that had arcade machines that I remember. Pizza Hut had Miss Pac-Man. It had the Turtles arcade game, and I did like playing that. But I don't think as much as the as Miss Pac-Man. And it had a couple pinball machines. I'm trying to remember. One of them was it was Rescue 911. was the pinball machine, and I feel like I remember it being a pretty good machine. It had a gimmick where like a helicopter would fly by and actually pick up and airlift your ball to another part of the machine. And I remember thinking that was cool. But in retrospect, it's also kind of weird because it's like, I mean, I guess there's stories with happy endings, but it's like a video game. It's like a pinball machine based on like a show about people going through like horrific tragedies. I don't know. Very strange choice for a theme for a pinball machine, I would say. Oh, and there was a barbecue place that had a couple machines. I remember they had a Star Wars pinball machine that was pretty cool. And they had a Batman arcade game that I remember really wanting to like when I was a kid, but I could never get very far in it. I wasn't good at it. It ate too many quarters, so I never really wanted to play it. I could hop on a pinball machine, you know, and have, I don't know, a decent chunk of entertainment. Like, I guess, you know, 10 or 15 minutes, maybe, at least. I don't remember how. It's been a long time since I played a pinball machine. I don't remember how long a quarter can last. But I know with the Star Wars pinball machine, it was really easy to earn extra credits. But if I spin a quarter on the Batman machine, my game would be over in like 3 minutes. So I never played it as much as I might have liked to. I know there were like 2 or 3 other machines that came and went, but nothing else is jumping out at me at the moment. Okay. This is where the lights go out. So I have an inventory of my games. It's on a VG Collect page. If you're sitting in the chat and you want to take a look, if you want to take a look at that, you can use the command collection. You know, exclamation. I'm gonna take a hit there. Exclamation collection. And if you want, you can look at my Atari 2600 games. And if you want to suggest something, I'm open to recommendations. I mean, I've got a handful of games next to me, so it's not a big deal if no one wants to bother. I've got things to pick up here, but if there's something in particular you would prefer that I give a chance, you can take a look there. Just keep in mind, if it's a game I've already done on stream, I might decline it. If it's a game with video in the title, I'm likely not going to play it because I have an idea for those games as a group later on. If it's something really esoteric where like you need a manual or instructions to figure it out, please don't recommend that either. Something you can pick up and play that I like. It doesn't have to be immediately obvious, but it does have to be discernible for me to give it a real shot tonight. I'm sorry for all those rules. But if you have a recommendation and it kind of fits those criteria, I'm open to suggestions. But just if I don't take it, you know, please understand. There are definitely nights where I pick up Atari games that are impossible to solve and try to do it. We tried out Crypts of Chaos a couple months ago, and even downloading a PDF, like part of the way into the game, I could not make heads or tails of what I was doing. No, I'm very close to being exactly tied with what I did last time. I'd really like to make at least a little bit of progress. Come on, one more level. No, I'm stuck. I thought things were slowing down, but now I feel like they're picking up. I got a better score, but I didn't make it to a new level. Oh. Rough. Rough. This game is good. This game is good. Was it Yake? Did you recommended this? This is a good pick. I'm really happy we tried this one out. I think I'm gonna move along to something else. Do see Dollar Phil has taken a look at the collection. I have to say, Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes looks interesting. I've never played it. I could pick that one up. We can give it a try. I have no idea what it is though. All right, well, I don't either. But let's take a look at it. Let's just cross our fingers. Then I'll take your recommendation, even if it is blind. Oh, all right. Let me go grab it off the shelf. I'll be right back. The art sold you. All right, so yeah, you're gonna be hit with a blast of static, visual and audio when I turn off the Atari. So you might want to brace yourselves for that. I don't think it's gonna be too loud, but it is a little jarring and it is a little difficult to stare at. So that's coming at us. Looks like I paid $2 for this game once upon a time. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I actually have high hopes for this too, though. All right, it looks kind of like asteroids or space invaders. Another colorful game. There was a blast of music there for a moment. I have high hopes for this because of the cartridge. The cartridge type. So, like, what I think of is like the standard Atari cartridge, and I know that you're not gonna be able to see them very well. Well, can I make it big? Did I make too much of a mess? I'm afraid to show off the nightmare that is my room sometimes. But we'll just go for it. So, like, the normal Atari cartridge, I think of as being as something like this. But like Turmoil that we just played is like it's a little bit bulkier, and it's got these grooves on the sides, and it's got these like things that I don't know. It's got these like ridges that stick out on the front, but you can see they're a little different. But Turmoil, this was really good, and it's got the same physical cartridge as Worm War 1, which I also think very, very highly of. I'm even holding them upside down, which I mentioned before. I'm really impressed by this game. It's got the same kind of cartridge. I don't know a lot about the 2600, as you are certainly noticing right now. So these are both made by Fox Video Games. So probably this is too. Yeah, so these Fox Video Games, Atari games, have been really impressive to me. So of the two I've played, have been really impressive to me so far. And the Beefsteak Tomatoes, is the same. It's the same cartridge. So I have high hopes for it again. I'm thinking that Atari games that have this style of cartridge, judging on my experience with two of them, they give me high hopes. All right, so let's see. What was this called again? Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes. I dig the room. Thank you, Yake. My room is it's kind of a mess, but it's coming together. I've got like this area, like the physical area I take up right now, and that you can see is the only part that's even remotely put together, and it's still a terrible mess. But the room, there's a lot more space over there to my left. I just have to put it all together. Um, but yeah, I'm really liking it. Since I got these shelves, they've really improved the room. And I like this. I'm very happy with the carousel too. That I've got my instruction manuals on. It's like a greeting card carousel from a post office. I'm very pleased with it. That was Black Fox. Oh, Black Fox. I'm sorry. I saw that you were in the stream while I was at BRB, and I forgot to welcome you when I came. I think I forgot to welcome you when I came back. I saw you. You left a key emote in the chat. I'm sorry I didn't say anything though. But I do hope that you're doing well. That was Black Fox suggested that I put my manuals there. I'd had NES games there before I got the shelves, and I couldn't think of what to put in that. And instruction manuals was the perfect suggestion. I don't think I ever would have thought of it, but I'm very happy with it. All right. Okay, so we control this kind of syringe in the middle of the stage. All right. Well, what? Oh no. Oh no, I'm out of lives. All right. Well, I didn't learn a whole lot on our first pass. There's something about that block at the top of the screen affects what I am able to accomplish. This game is really fast paced, I'll say. I can travel in diagonals. Can you believe it? All right, I shoot the block up top. That changes my color. I shoot in the level of the color I am, and it builds a wall. I'm being fired at from the bottom, and I've got tomatoes coming in from the sides. I'm really hoping that the walls that I build... Oh, if I fire too quickly, I waste the power that I absorb instantly. Okay, good. Oh, we got one. No! Alright. They can't fire through the wall. Okay, good. That's it. That's important. That's something I needed to know. We're growing a new plant, though. Oh, no! Oh, and it's gone. They caused a new plant to grow. All right, I have to say this game is. I don't think it's that complex actually. I think this is going to be manageable. It is, it's not. It's definitely not straightforward, but I think this is doable. Okay, can I build on the sides? No, that was just a waste. When you lose a life, like the shock of losing the life makes me not prepared to dodge when I immediately respawn. uh. Oh, it looks like there's friendly fire among the enemies there. That's good. That's good to know. Whoa. Give me that orange. Whoa. Can I go through? I can't go through. When I build a thing, they can't shoot through it, but I can't fly through it. Sorry for the terrible noises. It's just I'm battling the stick and there's a lot happening to me. There's a lot happening to me at the moment. My wrist and my brain are both like really struggling. Oh, speaking of struggling, I've got a magic bean to eat too. Thank you, Yake. Last one went well. Last time we had birthday cake. These are just if you're lurking and you don't know, these are Bean Boozled beans. They're a bunch of different jelly beans, and they've got a chance. Whenever I draw one, it could either be a delicious flavor or it could be like one of those like nasty Harry Potter beans. So I'm gonna eat one now, and we're gonna see what happens to me. This is so green. This is juicy pear or booger. Let's see what we got. This is a booger flavor bean. It is waxy and bitter and vaguely sour. Vaguely plant-like. I guess that's appropriate. It would be kind of like eating the green part of a tomato plant. And I don't just chomp and chomp and swallow these beans. I chew on them for a good while, and I let them say what they have to say. And so it's frequently not very fun. It looks like a booger face. Not the tastiest bean. No, not my preferred bean. I don't know. I don't have a basis for comparison for like what actual boogers taste like. I'm not going to say I never ate my boogers because I don't know. Like, kids do that. I imagine I probably did when I was a little kid, but I don't have any memories of like what that experience was like. It happened before I reached the age where I could form memories. So I don't have anything to pull from, but I imagine it's pretty accurate. They definitely they definitely taste what the texture of a booger feels like. So congratulations, Jelly Belly. Job well done. Oh no. It's a good thing you get 4 lives, right? Because if they gave me 3, I wouldn't be able to get anything done. I've got sort of so I talk about how I hold this joystick, and I've got sort of 2 modes that I switch between. The the most successful mode for holding the joystick is the sort of claw grip where I hold the base with my finger on the trigger, and then I operate the joystick with my left hand and just kind of reach across for the button. Since I'm left-handed, I feel like I have the most success when I hold it like that, but it's difficult to do that the whole time. So I either do that or I tend to switch to where I will actually hold it like this and operate the joystick as if it were a thumbstick and use my left thumb for the button. And I don't know, it's a subconscious thing. Like I catch myself doing this and I ask myself, why am I doing it? Because it hurts so much. uh, no, it would be hard enough if it weren't for the tomato coming in from the sides. That I feel like there should be 2 rounds. There should be a round that's just the tomato plants at the bottom, and if you pass that round, there should be a second round, and then you add in the tomato plant from the side. They're really giving me a lot to have to manage right from the start. I really like narrowly missed a shot there. I do think like I'm not doing very good at this. Like this is not something that where like I'm instantly a master at it like I was with Turmoil. But I will say this is not a terrible game. Like I think that they I think that there might be something here. I've not played much Atari myself. My friend had one, and we used Genesis controllers. Yeah, yeah. So I bring that up sometimes because I am doing this. I am doing this to myself with my stubborn refusal to use the Genesis controller. It would make life a lot easier, but I feel obligated to do this to myself. But the Genesis controller is definitely the way to play. The Genesis controller, I believe, also works on the C64. Um, I feel like I remember using it on the Commodore 64 at some point when I was young too. It's definitely it's definitely a better way to play. It's definitely the thing to do if you are not crazy like me. I highly recommend the Genesis controller for the Atari 2600. I also, when it comes to retro games, highly recommend reading the instruction manual. I am the biggest proponent of the instruction manual who never reads them. I don't. I I I I am ashamed to admit I did not walk my talk in those regards. The Genesis controller and reading the instruction manual, but they don't be like Frownie. Learn from my mistakes, please. Uh, yeah, yeah. Everyone, I present to you Agent Frownie, award-winning master of vivid narration in the field of jelly bean flavor description. Thank you, Black Fox. I figure if I'm gonna eat these, I mean, I should at least give you you know, I should let you in on the experience as much as possible. That's one of my like things I like to rant about though, is I don't like when people if they criticize a retro game for not explaining stuff to you, but it's stuff that's in the manual, it's like, well, I don't have a lot of sympathy for people if they don't read the manual. And so that's why, even though like I don't read the manuals and I suffer because of it, I tried very hard not to criticize a game. If the game told me something in the manual and then I didn't know it because I didn't read it, I try very hard not to criticize the game for that. It's not the game's fault, it's mine. That was a choice I made. Because that's another thing. That's another thing that I like about the way that I do the way that I do the stream, like so stubbornly, like refusing help, is that we sometimes end up with these situations where, like, I played Castlevania 64 a couple months ago, and I got like 2/3 of the way through the game before I realized that my character could charge her attack. And boy, let me tell you, there were a lot of things that would have been a lot easier if I'd known I could have charged my weapon. And so when we got to that point where I finally figured that out, like hours into the game, it was just a wonderful moment that I would have robbed us all of if I had known what I was doing. We would have missed out on that joy. Oh, so can I destroy these plants? I can. I can protect my walls. Man, this game is getting better and better. I have a feeling that you have to build all the walls to clear a level, and I'm about to really hurt myself. Oh, but we can let the plant grow and destroy it. Oh, I don't want to do that though. All right. Yeah, give me some green. I can't believe how well we're doing. I know it's all going to come crashing down at some point, and I'll weep. But let's enjoy this moment of success. Oh, it was not clever to place that there. All right, the plants can only grow on the highest wall, so only our orange is in danger at the moment. And even if it loses a spot, no, don't do this to me. No, don't do this to me. They can grow on other levels. Maybe that got planted earlier. Oh, I can't use that. I need green. I need green. Oh, I don't want to waste my green. Last life. Last life. No, it keeps giving me colors I don't need. Oh, that's bad. No, the green wall broke. I feel like I'm much more animated than usual right now. This game is doing things to my brain. Oh no, stop planting plants. Why every time? I have what I need. No. No, you were one away. Oh. We were one away. Oh. This game is great. This game is amazing. Oh. Atari 2600. Wow. What a great night. What a wonderful pair of games. I think these are probably going to be the only two games we play because I'm going to be doing this one. Well, hate to just do two. I don't know. I don't want to say that. I'm going to keep playing this game for a while, though. I think we can do it. And so I need to make it happen now. I'm invested. Black Fox, let me see, says, using a Genesis control pad on the C64 can fry the CIA chips because the Sega gamepad can change potential back through the direction lines when it's doing nothing, which is not what the C64 expects. Okay, well then don't take my advice then. Don't use the C64. Don't use the Genesis with the C64. I didn't know that. So I guess I got lucky because I don't recall ever having any problems with it, but I also don't think I used it very frequently, so that's probably why. That's probably why I got away with it. We had a decent joystick for the C64. It was kind of big. It wasn't quite like an aviation, like a flight stick. But it was closer to that than to this, and it had a button. I think it had a button up on the top that you could use your thumb while you use the stick, and I mean that's all you need. Genesis controller has way too many buttons for a C64 game anyway. All right, from the top. I think we can do this. I mean, I got so close. I feel like things are real dangerous at the start, but I actually feel like things got, like the game got less dangerous as we played. I mean, of course, like projectiles are being blocked off, so what a terrible round this is shaping up to be now. But also that awful wild tomato that swoops in from the sides. It seemed to go kind of go away after a while, and that was really to our benefit. No. Uh, around without the side swiping tomato. I could really become good at this game if I could experience that luxury. Stop planting plants. No. I'm building a really bad situation for myself here, I feel like. Future Frownie is not going to be a fan of present Frownie. Whoa. It becomes more of an issue now with the age of the C64s now, but folks at one point thought it was frying the ports, but no. So some of the CIAs and many people used it, and many people had your luck, but number had the CIAs fail. Luck of the draw. Well, I would say for me it wouldn't be worth it. Whoa. Okay. Let's really try and prioritize green. You know, get a couple down at first. Like we did there, but then really this big tomato moves so fast. You can really stop respawning this plant at any time now, game. you are being not cool. Well, I wanted to prioritize green, but the game is When life gives you orange, you build a lot of the orange wall. Uh, I saw that plant growing over there, but I made a conscious decision. I was just not going to worry about it. Why'd he turn around so fast? No. This seems pretty cool, really. Yeah, this is this game. Like, it's I gotta say, it's sucking me in here. Like, I'm absorbed. This is another really good game. These Fox video games on 2600. I'm now the 3 of them I've tried. I am 3 for 3 impressed. Like, I know they can't all be great. That's not possible, but I would say, like, for someone who needs somewhere to begin with Atari 2600, you probably like have a good chance of getting a winner if you're going in kind of blind. This is awful starting off like this. I don't like it. You know what? I actually want that to grow there. So I've got a way, like, to sneak in. I can see that part of my strategy should be to just kind of live down here in between the lines. I realized that last time, but I've yet to successfully make myself obey that principle. But I know if I just stayed down here in the, like, gap in between my line, I could worry a lot less about that big tomato. No. There's something awful about making progress on your last life. And that something is the constant crushing knowledge of how quickly it can all fall apart forever. As quickly as that. A little depth to it. Yeah, it's got a... You know, I kind of thought it was overly complicated at first, but I disagree with that assessment now. I think it's good. I think it's got it just the. I think it's got a very good level of complexity. It's the kind of thing it could take you a good long while to get good at. I hate how quickly I lose so many of my lives. You know, building all of these walls on one life, it seems insurmountable. I don't know if there's any rules for like how quickly that tomato respawns. It seems like he's perpetually coming out of nowhere. Okay, I really don't want to let that spot of green go. And now everything's gone. It's so very painful to to fail in this game. Okay, we can build from below. That's important to know. It could be really difficult to grab a fence piece. If I could get up in line with the fence piece that I'm grabbing, like... Wouldn't that be a dream come true? I'm deteriorating. Oh, yuck. Bad shot. We're finally see. No, oh no! I don't know if I've ever run into one of those plants before. Oh, I was just thinking, we're making some progress, and again, it's on the last life. Black Fox, thank you for the resub, Black Fox. Thank you for the 7 months. I really appreciate your support. You've been very generous to me. Thank you very much, my friend. Jesse Thompson, welcome in. I hope your weekend is off to a good start. We're playing some Atari tonight. We're having it's a good night with the Atari too. I'm playing 2 games I've never played before, and both of them have really impressed me tonight. Thank you for the pistachios. I know that you probably don't really need me to tell you this though, Black Fox, but I know you're between jobs at the moment, so please don't put me before anything else that's important to you. I appreciate your support, but I don't want it to come at a cost to you. I wish I could do more. No. You've already gone so far above and beyond, Black Fox. There's no need for such a wish. So if you're just coming in, this is a Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes. And we have come so close to a victory, but the problem is that every round, my current problem is that every round I immediately waste my first 3 lives, and I have to do everything on 1 life. Like, we've overcome the major hurdles of like understanding the basics of how the game works, and like we have a goal. Which, just figuring out the goal of an Atari 2600 game, just figuring out the goal, let alone achieving it, figuring it out is like usually 3/4 of the battle. But we know we've just got to build 3 walls without dying too many times. And unfortunately, dying too many times is what I do best. We've made it so close. I was 1 block away. I was 1 brick from having all 3 walls completed. I haven't gotten anywhere close to that again, but I really want to make it happen. So it's interesting. Like I complain about how we lose our lives right away, and that's one of the things about this is like the moments of greatest peril in this game are right at the start. Like the more you build, the more protection you have. So like it theoretically gets easier as it goes along. There is some caveat to that though. Robbed. Because there is an issue of once you build a wall, you're not free. There is wall maintenance to be done. These bricks are appearing in unforgivably bad locations. Uh, Find what you put out, you get back in kind. So I try to do that in everything, and my fortunes have been good so far. Aside from 2011, when I broke my back in 3 places, shattering vertebrae, but even with that, I got so much love and support from everyone, and the 3 nurses I saw often wished I didn't have to go. Such sweet people. I'm glad to hear that you made it through that okay. That I have a pretty powerful sort of secondhand experience with that sort of situation. My father broke his back, shattered some of his vertebrae, and had a lot of problems resulting from that. So like I haven't been through your struggle, so I don't know in that way, but I have definitely seen what that is like. So I know I have a little bit of insight into how terrible that situation can be. Running into the plant is the thing that I think hurts me hurts me the most. This is what I was talking about before. So I end up in this situation just about every round where like it takes me my first 3 lives just to build anything. And then I can kind of start moving, but I'm on my last life, and so I'm not getting very far. Uh, I'm very sorry you and your family had to go through that with your father. Thank you, Black Fox. It was some pretty rough times, and kind of continues to be. But it's, I mean, you learn to, if you're lucky, you learn to manage the situation, and you get through. Well, that's great for the orange wall, but green and pink are more important. If I could fly at diagonals a little better, and it's on me. I should be able to do it. I can't. Not the game's fault. I don't know what diagonals are, but if I could do it better, I would do better. How's that for an empty sentence? This game, I can't. I'm sorry. This game is very anxiety-inducing. It could not be pleasant to listen to me struggle with this game, but it's very fun. Kind of. If you like to struggle. If you like to struggle, have I got a game for you? That theme song that plays at the beginning of every round is so familiar. Come on. No. One of the major problems, one of the major difficulties of the game is if you acquire your brick, if you accidentally fire, you lose it, and so you have this sort of thing going on where it's like, I need to. You're in such a panic to get your brick, but you hit the fire button too many times. I flew right into that. I'm not watching the bottom enough. I was worried, Dollar Phil. I was worried when I first turned it on. I got to tell you, when I saw the screen, I was like, this looks very cryptic. But it's not actually at all. We figured it out real quick, and now if only I could pull it off. Okay, I can actually build these wall pieces from a lot further away. I don't think I appreciated how far away I could be. Oh, yuck. So definitely, if I were better at diagonals, now seeing how far away I can be, I really wish I was good at diagonals. No, that piece. That piece was moving so slow. I should have been able to grab it so easily. No, what a waste. I see that vine growing. Stop. No, that's not. I don't know why I saw green and thought that that would be perfect for that orange spot. No. No. Oh, the horror. The horror. We wipe the tears from my eyes. um. Yeah, I definitely know what you're saying there, Black Fox. And yeah, I believe you. That's yeah, that's rough. I hear what you're saying. Sorry to ramble. No worries. No worries. A little rambling's fine every now and then. This game is not my friend. Oh, it's so incredibly cruel. It is nice when you can get It is nice when you can get a sizable portion of wall to at least protect you from one side or the other. Ugh. Have I seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? I have not. I think I saw there was a cartoon based on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I think I saw like an episode or two of the cartoon when I was a kid, maybe. Actually, no, I don't think I ever saw the. I actually don't think I ever saw the cartoon. I'm going to amend that. I think I saw commercials advertising the cartoon, but I don't think I ever watched it. That was such a good start. I would really prefer for this round to not fall apart. Of course, I prefer for every round to not fall apart, I guess. Some of these diagonals I felt really good about. I feel like I'm really, really bad at them, and so to land a few is very rewarding. And now I'm not landing any. Now that I talked about it. I might lose a piece of pink. Oh, I didn't. No, stay away from me. You cruel, cruel tomato, no. I like tomatoes. I don't like them. I don't like them anymore, but I used to like to eat tomatoes before I started playing this game. Come on, give me some pink. Give me some pink. Where are all the pink bricks? Victory! We did it! We did it! Victory! Oh no, there's more rounds. Oh, welcome in, my friend. Is that Melmo? Happy to have you with us. Sorry if I got your name wrong. It's hard to look at the chat for more than just a moment right now. I don't think we're gonna do another round. I'm calling that a victory. Game beat. Add it to the list of victories. Add it to the victory reel. That is mission accomplished. Oh. Wow. Oh, that's fun. This game is really good. Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes. If you haven't played that one, there's an Atari 2600 game to look out for. Yeah, so Melmo, let me welcome you properly. Welcome to the stream. We've been playing some NES games earlier tonight, and now we're on the Atari 2600. And very happy to have you with us, though I kind of think we're winding down at the moment. I don't know. It's getting kind of late. I mean, not as late as I would normally. Well, not as late as I have streamed here recently. But I kind of think that it might be time to start saying our goodnights, my friends. And so I apologize, Melmo, if you're just getting here, but I think with that victory, that's probably a good place to end it. We only played 2 games, but boy, they were 2 great games, right? I feel a little bit bad that it wasn't much of a variety, but what we got, I think, was pretty wonderful. Um, so yeah, I think that we should wrap things up. I'm just looking here to see who is live and what they're doing. Um, do you have a 6 switch or a 4 switch 2600? Mine is the 6 switch. It's got 6 switches. One of them's broken, so it takes a lot of effort to flip one of them because the switch actually broke off. I don't know if I still have the switch or not. I could probably epoxy something to it to make it work again. But I mean, it works, but you got to reach in there with a tool or something to make it work. All right, yeah. So we're gonna end here, my friends. We've had a good night. We beat Ninja Gaiden, first time in a while that we picked that one up. It was rough, but we did beat it, and that's all we could really ask for there. We didn't get the Deathless run through Contra yet, but we had 2 really good runs. I'm very hopeful that we're gonna get that in the future, and we had a lot of fun with 2 really amazing um, Atari 2600 games. So it's been a very good night. So thank you for being here for the stream. I really do appreciate you, and we'll head out together on a raid. I'm gonna point us in the direction of. I've been lurking here. I've been lurking a lot here. I like your stream. See you later. Thank you, Dollar Phil. I really appreciate it. I hope I can come to your stream sometime. Um, and I really do. Um, I don't get to watch other people's streams as much as I want to, but I really do hope that I'm going to catch you live here at some point. Just the trouble with most people that I know who stream, my stream overlaps theirs too frequently. But as soon as I get a chance, I'm definitely going to drop in and keep you company. So let me see. I have a target here, but I'm afraid they might be wrapping up. Let me take a listen real quick. I'm muted. Thank you, Black Fox. All right, so I was saying we're gonna head in the direction of Yaden RMP. I don't really know Yaden all that well, but they stream this channel. From time to they raid this channel from time to time, and so I'd really like to return a raid. Um, I don't remember all of what I just said. I can't necessarily describe what their content is like because I haven't seen a whole lot from them, but they've got to be great if they rate us, right? So we're going to head back in their direction. They're doing an RPG. They're in the retro category. I don't really recognize it, but let's go over there and give them a chance and have some fun. So thank you, my friends. I hope I get to see you again.